What's up, everybody? We're a little late getting started today. Um, I want to check a couple of our platforms, make sure that we are in the place to be. Uh, we got our man back this week, Olu.
Right here.
I'm trying to figure out where the damn. Back this week, Olu.
Right here.
They say 3 lives. Okay, this. So hope everybody's doing good. Come on in the chat, y'all. Just come on in and holler at us. We missed y'all this week, and this shit is fucking.
We didn't have it last week, did we?
Yes, we did have it last week. So
Blunt talk. Let's go. Mic. Grab your seat. Do what you normally do on the Wednesday.
No, I didn't say that.
Do what you normally do on Wednesday.
Let's go.
Grab your seat.
Okay, so let me try to figure out.
Grab your seat. Do what you normally do on Wednesdays. We're here.
Where we're streaming that, so I can.
We're always streaming that.
Let me go to YouTube.
We are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube.
Facebook,
so I was trying to figure. G&J.media, G&J.media. We always there.
We are always on G&J.media.
And on YouTube, we're on Kwanzaa 365 Space YouTube, Media.
Kwanzaa 365. Hit a little space and put in media.
That's right.
There you go. You got it, Olu.
You know it.
Okay, so
come on, y'all. We waiting on y'all to come in. Come in. We're live right here. Bring what you normally bring with you on Blunt Talk. If you got it, burn it. If you got a bottle,
oh shit, pop the top.
You know this is.
And now Tim done left the building.
Whatever you do, make sure you are relaxed so you won't have to move. So we're asking y'all to come on in and enjoy,
check us out.
And participate. If you got something you
drop something in the chat.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? If you don't feel good about what we're talking about, then don't be a silent voice. Be an open mic voice. You know.
And if you like what we talking about, be an open voice.
That's right. Bam.
So I'm about to put the links out. Just 1 second here.
Come on, y'all. Get in here.
Trying to figure out how to chat. Anyway, Illuminati's fresh and back from the NOLA, y'all.
The NOLA. I'm back in.
You know, he had a nice
week. Enjoying myself with all the ladies and shit.
Illuminati, you enjoying yourself with the ladies?
We were even at the Zulu lounge.
What's the Zulu lounge?
Well, the Zulu lounge is the lounge in New Orleans where that's what the Zulu own.
When you say Zulu, are you talking about
the Mardi Gras people? You know, it's an all-black organization. You know, that dress up like Africans when they do the parade on Mardi Gras Day. But they also have a lounge. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on in there. They feed you well. They and if you like drinking, that's number one. They love the drinking at Joker, you know. But they drink all over New Orleans, those shit, you know.
Okay,
that's my hometown. That's my birthplace. We rocking in there.
Yeah, he's was born and raised in New Orleans. He made his way here.
Been here for a very long time now. Thinking about going back. I done fell in love again.
Made his way here. Okay, so anyway, let's get to talking. I don't know. I was going to do a countdown, but since we're late, we're going to get started. So anybody got any current events they want to talk about? You know what? I got to turn this shit off. Sorry about that. So anybody got any current events?
This is the Kemetic New Year week. You know, a Kemetic New Year for all you Africans who understand Kemetic terminology.
So what?
I don't know the schedule, but I know it's this week. You know.
So what is Kemetic New Year exactly? Can you explain that to the people what it means?
Well, Kemetic New Year is that we celebrate the Kemetic New Year for the first 7 days, you know, and there are, you know, certain images that that we go through and help celebrate those images. But it just to make it a little bit plainer, the Kemetic New Year is celebrated August 2nd through the 8th.
Oh, it's already started?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
And we got some things that are happening. They got things that are happening this week, I think tomorrow, and it's all free.
Don't ask me, I don't know.
Where Kwame gonna be at?
Oh, they're gonna be at
Tomorrow they're gonna have
Kwanzaa
something
Park.
for the children. Yeah.
at what time?
I don't know. Kwanzaa Park. Maybe
Kwanzaa Park.
Kwame join
Brother
in.
Kwame, if you on, please let us know. I need to pull up a click GNJ.media over here so every now and then you can check the chat.
You just clutch this out.
We could. GNJ.media. Get over there, check us out. Can I have a water, please?
Yes, you may have a water, please. This nigga fuck up a soup sandwich. I'm trying to tell y'all.
A soup sandwich, she said. God damn.
I don't know why you put soup on bread, Darky.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so let's get the conversation started. So Kwame, if you got the time and stuff like that, let us know. Because the Warriors is gonna be out there in the park. They're gonna be doing their thing. I'm gonna try to get out there if I can. You know, take a little break and get out there. But we also here today to give y'all some relationship advice. So feel free to call in so we can tell you the secret to every relationship. When it get hard, leave them.
Now that's not what your boy say.
Ooh.
Well, he said with the women that we have become weak.
Well,
We don't stay in relationships anymore.
I don't have to agree with my boys.
Our elder parents, and this is something that, you know, I was talking to with a friend today. Like going back like to our grandparents' generation and great grandparents' generation, you always hear people talk about how they were married for umpteen years.
Let's
You
face
know
the
what I'm
facts.
saying?
Come on, give them some facts
The
about
thing
that.
about it is, well, women ain't had that many opportunities.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Because back then, only two jobs a woman could hold was a cook and a cleaner. That was it. There wasn't no other options, nigga. So,
Wait, no, but fuck the options as far as jobs. How about the options as far as towns, nigga? I mean, it's like, now we got long distance. Now, back then, niggas was stuck in towns and shit.
it wouldn't even matter what town you was in, because if this was the deal. Man was the primary caregiver, and if the woman wanted to leave, the question would be, where the fuck you gonna go? And I had a friend, we had a discussion today. That's absolutely
I think
true.
it should be that way now.
And she said that's true.
I don't agree.
Well, you can not agree,
I cannot agree.
but you know, like when,
did it by themselves.
you know what? Not back then. They did not.
Shit.
They didn't. A woman wasn't even allowed to be on the workforce for back then. What are you talking about? They were
You
not.
just said they were working.
That was much
jobs.
later, and they were allowed to do cooking and cleaning. Those were the only two places that they were allowed to get in on. And then like I used to work with this old white man, and he was like in his 80s, right? And he said he remembers when women first was allowed to even come into the workforce, like in corporate America and shit. Because there was a time they weren't even allowed to work there unless they was doing some kind of cleaning or cooking. That was it. And he said it was a very, a lot of men didn't like it, of course, you know, but there was a time when women didn't hold positions like that. They weren't trained in positions like that. And like I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by this Oh, those look nice on you. Now those look nice.
My grandpa was a driving Miss Daisy motherfucker.
Was he?
Yeah.
And see, my girlfriend said she found out that her grandmother told her aunt that whose husband was abusive to her, verbally and physically, told her like, you need to take your ass back to that man, because what else you gonna do? And I think there was a lot of that. We had a lot of men who had women on the other side of town and other families. You know, that was common. And the women stayed, not because they were happy and in love with the motherfucker. It was like, what else am I going to do? Period.
But back in the day, you know, the men were providers, though. You know what I'm saying?
They were the primary provider.
Well,
yes, they were back then.
Most of the time.
So you tell me there wasn't no
wanted
bums back then?
There might have been
There wasn't no
some.
bums slipping up with
Quit
some pussy?
trying. See, this is what I don't like, and this is what I agree with. When we try to talk about the majority of what's common, you always have that one nigga that want to be like, well, what
That's
about them? We
That's
ain't
me.
talking about them
That's me.
motherfuckers.
I'm that one nigga.
That's
I'm
counterproductive.
I'm just saying I'm the one nigga.
I know you ain't
I'm
got to
agreeing
tell
with
me. I know
I'm
you
the one
are.
nigga.
I don't need you to agree. I already know.
When you had them babies, by the midwife, they had them shotguns waiting to the babies be birthed in this world. Because I was one of them. And I was
Bobby, you was a midwife?
I was born by the midwife.
Oh, you was born by a midwife. You know who else here was born by a midwife?
You was.
Mama Callie. Sister Callie. Mama Callie was.
I was born by a
She told me she was
Okay.
born by a midwife.
Well, they dropped you on your head when you was
Nah, they just listen.
Come back here. They left me up
The
there.
men were the primary caregivers. That was common, correct?
Yeah.
And and the elder know.
And then you know, and then the women back then wasn't as questionable as they are now. You
Hell
know,
no, because they got opportunities.
what I'm saying is that for is like, okay, where you going? You know what I'm saying? When you gonna come back?
And they weren't,
And-
because what was they gonna do when you said, I'm going to go fuck this bitch across town? That's what I'm about to do.
But
I mean, what was you going
But see, at the same time, you had children to raise. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't had time to be worrying about who he was going to play around with, because you was raising children. My grandmother was born in 1894. You know, she had, you know, by the time she was 39 years old, she had
anomalies? Thank
seven
you, Terrence
damn
Scott.
children. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ain't got time to be worried about what the
Took
dude
me a
doing.
long time to figure out that word.
I couldn't remember what the hell the word was, but you're right. But I think a lot of times they worried about it, but it was like, why say something about something you ain't gonna be able to do
You
shit
can't do shit
about?
about it.
Right. You paying all the bills, you ain't working.
See now,
You raising
And
children.
you want to bring it back to those days.
that's now.
That's
That's,
what-
what I was about to
Back in the
ask.
day when I was younger.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we romanticize that shit. But is that what we want to get? I mean, I'm just saying, you ain't. But what I'm saying is that, well, you know, like I said, you know, it's some cases that I'm telling you, it was women, single women, back there handling business back then.
Well, we're not talking about those motherfucking cases, nigga. There was motherfuckers who were eunuchs maybe back then. We ain't talking about. We talking about.
We
the
obviously
common.
wasn't talking about eunuchs. We
We
talking about niggas that was
obviously
giving us some dick, right? But listen,
We're talking about. We're not talking about anomalies. As
that
the
was an
brother
anomaly.
said.
Because listen,
It
all
was.
these we are the age, all of us in the age of motherfuckers like that. Now,
It was a fucking. anomaly.
everybody wasn't
This
married.
nigga.
I don't give a fuck what Kevin
Well, no
Shepard
one
said.
said everybody. That we're talking.
Okay,
that
cool.
was
Let's
it.
talk about everybody wasn't married.
They got
No
married.
shit, motherfucker. That's common.
Okay, so if everybody wasn't married, where all these babies come from?
They got-
People have. Oh my
You don't
God.
have to be married to have babies, right?
No, you correct.
So there was single mothers back then.
No one said there wasn't, motherfucker.
Okay, if there was single mothers back then, was there more single mothers or were there more married
There
people?
was more married people.
Bullshit.
Back then. I can give you the statistics. I'll give it
Go
to
on,
you.
go get the goddamn
Okay.
statistics.
Okay. I
She
can
about
give
to
it
look it up. Go on, let her do a search so she be
They got
quiet. Now we got a real
They
conversation.
Please stop yelling and
Mom,
arguing
they-
for
Hey, y'all
no
just talk
reason.
loud. I'm excited.
Oh
nigga.
my
That's what-
God, you overly excited. Let Bobby talk, please. I need you to shut the fuck up for like 5. Just take a breather. Just take a breather. my
Oh, I
friend.
got to walk out on that one. I got to quit. Goddamn, I got to
This
go.
motherfucker. Go ahead, Bobby, because we can't hear shit she's saying. With, I did
Oh, now you imitate me and shit.
Speak up, Bobby, too. You got to
My
speak
dad
up.
and mom put their age to 15 to get married. My dad was 16, my mom 15, and she was carrying my sister in the belly, and they wasn't married. She was carrying her in the belly.
Yes, because that does happen. People do have babies without being married. And it was actually looked down upon and shamed back then. I don't feel like typing nothing else in because you don't know.
I don't piss you off.
Anyway,
I did my job. I could go home.
I don't feel like looking at shit. Everybody in their goddamn right mind know that the statistics in marriage
Oh my
has
God.
declined since the fucking 60s,
All right.
50s, and 60s. We all know. We don't even have to look it up to know that, nigga. You just talking because you got
I'm
lips.
just talking because I got lips. So everybody was married. Y'all sound. You know what you sound like? You know what you sound
See
like?
what I'm saying? Thank you, Mr. Scott.
Yeah.
He said we're talking in general, King.
That's cool.
He just wants to be
No,
an
but what I'm
asshole.
saying in general, we're saying that everybody was
That's
married.
not what general means, nigga.
In general, I mean, the point that I'm trying to bring up, we're talking
Okay,
like
so you don't even have to
it
say
was
it no more
just-
because we said there was people that weren't married.
Okay, cool. So now,
All right, cool.
all right.
Now,
All right, go
Lumala.
ahead.
This motherfucker pissed off Jesus
No, see, we
Christ.
cannot. Well, hold on. I will because you know why? Because I may come from a family like that where motherfuckers overlook that shit.
People say no one's
Okay.
saying that it didn't exist.
See?
Yeah, that bitch trying to shut you up. Your own goddamn phone, like, listen, nigga, this is the weather. Trying to
They
get you.
had people that were
80% of U.S. are unmarried. Now, go back to the 50s and 60s. See,
You
No,
think it
no,
was
you got to go back before
40s.
that.
even
Let's go back.
then?
Now, even before that, we already know everybody wasn't married. Give me a motherfucking
We didn't
break.
say everybody.
Everybody wasn't married, but everybody was being taken care of. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, I know, let me just say this.
That's
From
the
marriage
African myth
statistics
shit.
in the black community continue to decline, they say, over the years. It's always going down. But I don't give a fuck about that because I don't want to get stuck on fucking shit that I know that everybody knows that every single motherfucker wasn't married. And to debate that is fucking idiocy to me. We already know that. I mean, it's
The way
common
you
sense.
talking, you agree with
No,
the
it's
fact
just
that
your
everybody was married.
perception.
No,
one
ain't
said,
my
I never
perception. That's
said
what
it.
you said,
I
nigga.
didn't say
If your
everybody.
mama wasn't married,
You said it was
then-
more.
If your mama
You said it was
wasn't-
more people married. than
Okay,
single-
that's not everybody, nigga.
You said
More doesn't mean every. If I eat
Yeah,
more
you-
of the cake,
all right, cool,
don't mean I ate all
Cool.
the cake,
So you
nigga.
telling me that there was more? All right, fuck it. All right, cool. I'm gonna let y'all have
Oh
it.
my God.
Let's talk about relationships. Let's talk about it. Because I mean, it's hard for. I'm just trying to
I'm
get
not
to a
going to-
point
I'm not
where we
going
could be real about the shit.
We
because
are, nigga.
because
You
Kevin
just wanna-
Samuels, first off, Kevin Samuels, with no
Oh,
disagreement, this nigga's talking about white relationships. He ain't talking about black folks. So let's
He's
be honest
giving-
about that shit.
First of all, the statistics he gave regarding the marriage were black. But anyway, let's
Oh,
just
God, whatever.
get to. Yes, he has given
First
black marriage
off,
statistics.
now anytime we do statistics with black folks, we already know that most of them is all because
But that's not even
most
the
of the
debate.
niggas in here ain't even give information for the census.
See, we keep getting off the topic, and the thing is this: I'm not going to keep saying it. No one said all people were fucking married. They said more black people were married back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s than they are today. Now,
no,
he
that wasn't
disagrees.
what we was talking
Okay,
about.
well, that's what we're saying now because I'm not
Okay,
going to stay
so,
fixated on that
all right, cool.
bullshit
No,
because it's a
well,
moot
then get it right.
conversation.
Get it right.
Well, we got it right
No,
now.
you
so
didn't get it
got
right because you
just-
got the whole premise of what I was talking about off.
Oh.
I said during that time, you're saying there was more people married than single mothers.
I said, who knows? I said, there's more people married now than there was back then than there is today. That's what I said.
Okay, cool. All right,
That's
cool.
two different fucking things.
Okay, what I wasn't talking about that. But go
And
ahead.
there's people in the world too. You
This
know,
motherfucker be talking because he got lips. I'm about to be like, God damn.
Okay.
This just throws my whole chi the fuck off. Anyway.
Gee.
Just go on my car. Okay.
USA.
Go ahead, Lumala, please.
Well, we do know that there were a lot of black people that weren't married, that were not married, but everybody was taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a motherfucker, even if you was fucking in secret, it was
Right.
still taken care of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so if we could just sit there for a couple of seconds and say, you know, well, they probably do have a lot of people that weren't married, but they had a lot of them that were also.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And those who were, you know, had a lot of motherfucking children. You know.
Oh yeah, we had lots of children back then.
For one husband or something. I got a friend of mine. His mama had 18 children for one man. I had another friend of mine. His mama had 14 children for one man. You know, and the list probably can go on. My grandmother had 7 goddamn children before she was 39 years old.
Yeah, my grandmother, I think she had 7. Your grandmother had 13
And see,
children.
7 children. And 7 children back then was a lot of damn children to feed if you ain't got no fucking body
Right.
doing nothing for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And I
Whether
grew
you
up in a
married or
big
not.
family, and
Whether you were married or
by
not.
my grandparents raised me. So, and my grandfather was and everybody in our neighborhood, it was typical for the man to be the main provider. And most of the women coming up, because I was raised by my grandmother, so most of the women in her age group, they didn't hold jobs. If they did, they might have cleaned at some white folks' house.
And then my grandmother
on the
made
hill.
sure that if her sons had children and some of them weren't, one of them didn't marry, but she made sure that, he put them children's name in his name. They carried
Right.
his last name, but he wasn't married with the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That way they was able to get
That's
something.
how I got my
If-
last name,
that's-
actually.
that's
That's
way they
what
was able
happened
to
with
get
me.
shit. If they
Because
need to get
my name was changed to my stepfather's last name.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Wright, Navita Wright. And that was common
that was common
back
back then.
then.
Yeah, they don't do that shit now. They want people to be okay. You want people to be in your mama name. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, your mama ain't had the children. The nigga had the children. It's kind of hard for you to get something from that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
look at
he ain't
my
got no
shit.
responsibility on shit. You know what I'm saying?
So he said, Mr. Scott, Terrence Scott said, many modern women today don't even want children.
That's true.
Do you think that's true, Bobby?
I can't tell.
And there ain't nothing.
Okay.
And there
Yeah, I think
ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's what
You
they
can't get that last name.
It ain't nothing. It ain't.
I mean, I can't tell. I'm with how simple that.
They have
Them motherfuckers-
motherfuckers.
They dropping them babies out like Skittles, nigga.
They drop babies before marriage. Fuck it. I was just
Yeah.
give you have a baby. Come on now.
Well,
Now I want to go back up to a statement right
I
here.
think their mouth says it,
I
but
got
their
customers-
actions say something different.
I don't even think they want to be married. You know what I'm saying? I think somehow having a child has become prevalent.
Yes, I agree. And
I've
I've talked.
had 7, 8 years to get married. You have to get that money.
What money? But nowadays you can't get money from
Get it
having
now,
kids.
Text to get it now. They get it now.
The child support.
Child
child
support
support
is
fucking
from the government.
No, not no more.
That money they give them $300 for each kid for some kind of.
Oh, wait, but you would have to predict this motherfucking crisis here. What you talking about now?
Yeah, this is in the crisis.
That's some
part.
psychic pussy right
This
there.
is-
You would have to have
That's
psychic
that
pussy.
they was giving that. That's pandemic money. But after I want to say was it the Bill Clinton administration, they made it very. Once your child reaches a certain age, you cannot get cash, motherfucker.
Look.
They started eliminating that shit a long time ago. You had to get a
these
job.
days, man, will have babies for you so that they can continue to get the
Get
cash.
their money.
You can't.
Look, check
This
this
is
out.
what I don't think y'all understand.
I got a
about-
I think
girlfriend.
you're talking about.
Look,
Come on, welfare.
Child-
I'm talking
Oh,
about-
child support.
Child support and welfare.
They can't get the cash welfare for only up to a certain.
If some,
Right.
if you
Then they have to put them in
If you
daycare.
married to, if you get married, it's better not to get money from these dudes in the army. If you got a job when it's working for the
Look.
if you're in
Spit
the
that shit
army,
out.
if you're in the army and you got a baby by a man, that's how a woman gets the money.
Yeah, no, but we gotta really realize that the welfare myth and women getting rich off of welfare, that's a
Oh,
thing.
you ain't getting rich.
Long, we're not even.
It wasn't even a thing
It's
then.
not even a.
Right.
But ever since the Bill Clinton administration, when they did the welfare reform,
he did
your
that.
child has to be. That's when they gave you the Title 20, and now your child has to be by. I want to say if it's a 1, that might be a little late, but by I want to think it's 6 months old. But by 1, you have to have them motherfuckers in child care. And you have to be actively searching for a job because they cut your cash off. That's because they feel like you should be able to work. So having babies don't benefit you as far as cash, but it does benefit you as far as food stamps. But who wants to have babies for food stamps?
Food stamps,
Because
right.
they ain't getting no more cash. That's why they don't have no kids. That's why. They don't have no more kids.
I had a girl told me one
Hold
time.
on.
I had a girl told me one time that, she wanted to be like her mama.
How was her mama?
I said, that's what I was asking her ass. You know what I'm saying? She said, I want to be like my mama because my mama ain't never worked. But even when we were dating, right, I saw her daddy. You forgot your daddy didn't allow you. I'm using the word didn't allow your mama didn't have to work.
Right, because your
You
daddy
know,
handled everything.
But you didn't know that shit. So you went out here and had a baby. Then you had another baby for another nigga. Then you had another baby for another nigga. Then you had another baby for another nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's not like your mama, because your mama had babies for all one motherfucking man.
Right.
I just want to change a point of changing the language.
Okay.
If a woman is not married, and it don't have to be in this way, where there has been a declaration in front of the community in some form or fashion.
Okay.
She is not having that baby for that man. She having that baby for her goddamn self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, because we got to call it, we got to say what it is. And I wanted to go back to something Mr. Terry said. Hold on. He said he is talking about black people. You're off on. See, now what I'm talking about is if you look at the model in which Kevin Samuels is coming at relationships, he's approaching it from a white people standard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but when you was talking about it, we was
I'm talking about the numbers. I'm talking about now. You can pull statistics. What I'm saying, you can pull statistics from this side, right?
He's referring to the statistics that Kevin Samuels gave regarding black people. That's it.
Hey,
Your ass, you know what? Stop. That's too much.
You stop. Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. Y'all gotta keep up. You gotta keep up. Goddamn. You gotta keep up.
Anyway, so I think today though, a lot of quote unquote women, I don't know about the modern woman, if you want to call it that. I don't, it's a modern woman or whatever. I think they do want children, like you said, but now they just don't want to be married. No one's requiring. That's the men too, though. I'm seeing nobody wants to get fucking married now, but they want to have babies. I talk to people in my own family, young people, and they're talking about having children. And I said, well, then y'all need to get married. And they be like, oh no, we ain't trying.
Well, how you going?
That's a first world issue.
Yeah, but how you planning on raising that child?
It ain't about the child. It ain't about the tribe. It ain't about the family. It's about
what she want, really.
Right, what she want and what she will allow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, gentlemen, if a woman will allow you to squirt up in her without you taking any responsibility and y'all create a life together and she totally satisfied with that, you really have to question that. And women, any man that just want to squirt up in you and not want to declare something, you know what I'm saying? And that's not what y'all, you know what I'm saying? And you get ready to have a baby, y'all, we got to really start.
And you just satisfied with being the BM,
right?
The baby mama,
the baby. You satisfied with that? We got to question both of y'all mentality.
On drama, if you want some drama, you can get some of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's gonna wind up being. Because you're gonna, if you get pregnant for him and he don't have no responsibility towards your pregnancy, then guess what? He ain't gonna get no job. He gonna go do this here. He gonna go do that, and you're gonna have to be like running behind him or running to the damn downtown to make sure that things are in order.
And see, the thing about a marriage, what should happen if you're married, you have committed to a unit, which means he's committed to you and the baby if you have a baby. But once you have the baby, he doesn't really have to fucking commit to you. He may commit to the baby and he may not. Right. But you can guarantee
that's like rolling dice. So
who want to roll the dice with their children like that?
No.
Don't you feel like your children had a right to be brought up with a man and woman together in a home like that? Because you didn't.
Ladies, put up the dice.
A lot of us didn't.
And pick up some dice. Bitches, pick up some dice. You want to play games? Play dice.
You said many women are happy being baby moms versus wives, and nowadays I think they are, and I think a lot of men are happy that they want to be baby moms and not wives,
because they don't have to put that commitment in.
And then when I'm ready to really settle down with one, bitch, it ain't gonna be you. See, you don't let me. What is it? Why buy the cow when I can have the milk? I can have the milk for free,
right? And they go marry somebody and give them all the shit that you wanted. Congratulations. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Congratulations.
Stupid games, stupid
games. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to be very clear about this.
You got too many damn
now, this is what I mean as far as relationships. We look at relationships like West Asians. We look at relationships like West Asians or like we've been programmed to look at it. It's not a family thing. It's an individual thing.
My box ain't over there.
It's an individual thing, and it becomes very dangerous when we start playing individual games, when we start bringing babies into this world.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the men, most of the men I know are married as well. Terrence, that's the truth for that. Let me get over here. I didn't check on
I'm
that.
glad you read that because I didn't catch that.
Okay, yeah. Most of the men I know, and women, most of the men and women I know are married at this age. I'm one of the rares. Most of my friends are married. You know what I'm saying?
And if you ain't planning on having no damn children no more, then you know that's a choice. You know what I'm saying? That you can make. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
that
saying?
you don't need to have nobody, or you don't need to be married to nobody. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have
you
to.
can have your living. You can have you just a living man.
Do you want to get married again, Bobby? Bobby's been married before. You want to get?
Not married. I'm saying, man, get that money.
You gonna get married so you can get the money?
I was devoted to that man.
Oh, you talking about you're still married?
I'm
Okay.
still married. I'm not separated. I'm separated right now, but he.
You know all this shit is admissible in court, so you got to be careful what you
Shut
say.
the hell up. So you say you going? You know.
It's court. And this one court to me. Shoot. That man, he voted.
Bobby, if you want people to hear you, you got to speak up.
He voted to get married to me and everything, but I'm not leaving him. I need my Social Security. I need that Social Security when he died.
Okay, and
But
so
I
Bobby
ain't
said
kill me.
that's
Planning that nigga's death.
Die, nigga, hurry up and die so I can get that Social Security.
That's some cold-blooded shit. That's some cold.
You know, I mean, she's speaking truth though, because a lot of women do that, man.
A lot of women do that. Get that man for
All they want is the motherfucking money. The longest
liver.
liver,
About got a house and all.
the longest look, the
That's why
longest,
they married
the
you.
longest liver get the
And that's
most
why they
reward.
married. That's why
Mr. Scott said, Mr. Scott said, we're put here for each other. Our celestial divine assignment is to create.
To create responsibly. Like, for example, the principle of the day is Ujima, collective work and responsibility. You can't just create and not have responsibility. We have to create responsibility.
Yeah.
You need to ask yourself.
Baby throw it on their grandmas. Come on,
Absolutely.
baby.
Don't even go that way. Debunk the camera and shit.
You gotta put it in that cloud out there.
When he stops.
No, give me that black thing behind that plane.
You got to
Ashtray
have
broke.
responsibility. That's number one.
Yeah, creating responsibility.
Creating responsibility. Because it's like we run out and we act individualism has destroyed us.
It's destroyed us as a people.
It's destroyed us. This is the virus. This is the virus in our software. This whole individual idea. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't bring families together no more. We just create babies. Yeah. And these babies are out here floating out here by their goddamn selves. Yeah. Don't have no good examples. And we got neighborhoods and neighborhoods of young people. You go to some neighborhoods and there might be nobody over 35 in that motherfucker. So you know nobody got no good goddamn sense. And all these kids running around. Come on now.
Yeah, tell me about it. And then it seems to, that mentality seems to spread on from generation to generation. Because you'll see some of these kids running around here and their grandma's taking care of them motherfuckers as wild as motherfucking rabbits. Out there cussing all up in your goddamn yard and shit. I'll be like, God damn, y'all ain't got no home training, motherfuckers?
None at all, because nobody had time to home train. Because one of the advances that we had was, because I often tell the story on my show, I make the same amount of money now, or I might be making a little bit more, that my grandfather made back in the 70s, right? Within the 50 grand range. My grandfather would buy his wife and himself a new car maybe every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was on credit or regardless. He didn't like the house next door, and because the neighbors that would come in, because somebody was renting, he bought that house, tore it down, built a fucking driveway. They would go to Florida every year. He liked motorcycles, so he went out and bought a motherfucking motorcycle. Shit that he liked, he would go and do. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying on a salary of $50,000 a year back in the 70s.
Yeah, but the cost of living was cheaper back then.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. Most of our salaries are still the goddamn same.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to live a life.
By design.
Huh?
And that's by design.
That's by design. So we can't live a life. We can't provide like one of our elders used to. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers say you ain't working hard enough. But I'm working just as hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making it
harder.
Yeah. And you getting that same
getting the same amount of money, but it's not spending in the same way. And then we're trying to develop community, but yet we ain't got no money to develop community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why them motherfuckers can come in there and
Just buy that shit up.
shift, put a shift like they're doing in the inner city these days. In every city you go to, you know, there's a shift going on, you know, and you can't do nothing about it. You can't even buy a
So
motherfucking house that you live in.
so what do you think about a solution of? Some people say the solution would be polygyny. Ooh, I'm cold. Can you?
Yeah, this motherfucker ain't no joke. You bought the right one. We don't now. It don't necessarily. I mean, now that could be one. But
would you take on another? If you and your husband were still together, would you let him take another wife, Bobby?
She grabbing her neck. Hell no. Hell no.
First she said yeah, now she's saying no.
She passed away.
I'm saying, but would
she's
you?
planning her death too.
She dead already. So would you let your man have if you was in a relationship, would you let your man have another wife? Okay,
No.
I'm confused, nigga. Which one is it?
I'm gonna get the money.
She
I'm
did.
gonna
She.
get the Social Security.
Listen.
I just still kill that nigga. Get that Social
So
Security.
if Bobby is accepting a co-wife, please know, bitch, you gonna die. She gonna take you out.
I think
Wait, my sister said not at all. See, because that's what we are.
Right.
We on some individual shit now. But now here's some other things. How about moving back in with some family? How about groups of families buying blocks and shit, so, and sharing spaces. You know what I'm saying? Because
definitely do that.
Polygamy or however you want to look at it, is not the only answer. One of the answers is for us to go back and doing some of the shit that we used to have to do.
Okay, but speaking on polygamy or polygyny, Lumala, what do you think?
No cheating.
What do you think about men taking on another wife?
I think it's okay as long as you have, you know, productive people doing productive shit.
Go
you know
ahead.
what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you got lazy motherfuckers doing lazy ass shit, then
You got a whole house of lazy
you
motherfuckers.
got a whole house of motherfuckers
Raising lazy
that ain't getting
kids.
nowhere.
Right.
They ain't even helping the little children in the goddamn house. You know what I'm saying?
Get up, get your own cereal, lazy bastard. Get your own cereal.
So,
And then he be laying there for so long. Then when you get off and fucking work or whatever the fuck you doing, you scared to even say anything to the nigga because the nigga looking at you like you better not tell me nothing.
Better not tell me what to do. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry. When you go,
but I think it could help if you're in. I would not be into it,
Love.
but if it could help if you did it in a nation building type of
Yeah,
a
if you
way.
do it in a nation building kind of way, man, everything works.
See, and that's the piece. Now say that again. If you do it, what?
In a nation building kind of way, everything works.
Everything works. See, if you put the nation, if you put the tribe, because even beyond the family, if you put the tribe first, everything works.
Everything works.
When you put yourself first, that's when shit start falling apart. And that's because that's the issue with us right now. Everybody has been putting themselves first. I've been putting my education, I've been everything to make me better, I've been putting first. When you start putting the community first and you got a whole group of motherfuckers that's thinking like that, everything works.
Don't you know that if you took $50 out of your check and everybody doing the same thing, right? And put the $50 in, right? Whether you got in the fucking pot. You got more in the pot than one motherfucker just putting all of it in the pot. You see what I'm saying? If one motherfucker putting $50 in the pot and everybody eating off the $50, then guess what? The one who put the motherfucking money in the pot, that motherfucker's getting mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if everybody put in the pot, you know, and it don't have to be the same 50. You don't have to be 50. Just put all your shit in the pot. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna do more. You're gonna do more.
Accomplish more, yeah.
And you're gonna be able to accomplish more because you're gonna see yourself getting more, you know. But when a woman is trying to be the man and the goddamn woman, that's a fight that you don't even want to be in, motherfucker. Because guess what? You know, like, look, you ain't giving the motherfucker. If you're a woman, a lot of times you don't get a man no room to work a man shit out. You know what I'm saying? You know, he let you work the women shit out, but you ain't letting them work.
So let me ask this question because I see this question. So what do you think about polygamy?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
But I prefer groups first, and then if nothing else works, you know, because I'm trying to keep peace in my home, because somebody gonna call my wife right after I get done with this. He said he would do. Nigga, listen. If I had to, yeah, I would do that shit.
So let's because I want to trend.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, Africa is more fucked up than here.
I know, but I said
Right.
she know. I ain't
Right,
say she
right,
know.
she
I said
right.
she know.
Okay.
You know what
So,
I'm
okay, something that Lumala had mentioned earlier too that I want to kind of transition into is you said you want to talk about, what was it, crazy black folks, messed up black folks,
Well-
dysfunctional black folks.
Now, you know, as soon as you bring this up, we're gonna get. Now I'm willing. I don't care, but I just want you to know once you bring up what you about to bring up, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't know what you're saying. What's
Alright.
gonna happen? But
Alright.
so, did you have an experience recently at Lumala? Maybe when you was in New Orleans with maybe a dysfunctional mentality of black folks.
Well, you know,
Crazy niggas.
I think that I don't have that experience. I didn't have that experience, but I have experienced it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Far as like, you got dysfunctional. And look, y'all, we just talking about our own culture and our own race of people. We are not talking about white people dysfunctionality.
But white people, my friend,
I don't care, but we ain't talking about them. We got to heal us. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I can't heal my white friends.
But you know, our dysfunction is that, again, and I always say this: women, our black women, don't want to let black men be black men. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to let men be men.
Give me an example.
You want to.
You got to give an example.
Okay,
of that.
so here we go. So if he supposed to take out, let's say he's supposed to take out the trash.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you took out the goddamn trash every goddamn night when the trash man's supposed to come, then he gonna let you take out the goddamn trash. You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? So
Okay.
you know, we all got roles to play. You know what I'm saying? But if you get a man and you say, well, look, honey, you know, I'll handle what's inside, you take care of what's outside. That's just one of the things, right? That means you're responsible for cutting the grass. That means you're responsible for taking out the trash. That means you're responsible if you got older children. That means that you gonna be responsible for showing the older children how to do the outside shit. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's just one thing, you know what I'm saying? But he cannot cut the grass if you're gonna go out there and talk about, well, what you looking for? Where you put the lawnmower at, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's dysfunctional shit. You know, that's dysfunctional stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we got to learn what your role is.
So you're saying that women
in
our community, we're talking about black people, we're not talking about any other bodies. They're not letting men be men, you're saying.
You got to know what your role is.
So we got a loss of roles in our community. Go ahead.
And I prefer to keep it at that because it ain't just the women not allowing the men to be men. It's also the men not allowing the women to be women. We got to understand where that come from because we had to be because they use this term. We had to be fluid. We had to be gender fluid in order to survive what the fuck we went through. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and especially on that woman's side. But now, all I'm saying is because I agree with you, but we need to have those discussions where we define what it means to be black because it's deeper than just doing outside shit. It's deeper. Like, for example, some of the shit that we argue about because it's a joke. It's a joke that I got with some of my brothers, especially ones that's married, that I got from one of my brothers, actually my Sebek. He told me he was sitting getting his shoe shine with two older black men, and they was talking about marital situations.
Okay.
And one of the older black men looked at the other ones and said, "Gentlemen, it sounds like we all married to the same woman."
But see, and you know, but this is another thing. I think that in our community, that like there's no defined role.
There you go.
And we are moving, and according to what the agenda of the day is, that we're not supposed to have gender roles anymore. Everything should be fluid. If anything is about male, like I said one time, that I like my men masculine.
Right.
And I put that on my Facebook because I'm an open book.
Attack.
And I did get attacked by a lot of black folks because I saw most of my friends. there's no gender. You're then I got accused of being homophobic because I said I like masculine black men.
Damn.
You know,
and masculine black men don't mean that, you know, because you make more than them that they're supposed to knuckle under as a woman, you know, because society is set up right now where that in 2021, the white man to pay a black woman more money than he would pay a black man.
That plays into the gender piece.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when your ass come home, just because you make more money, and just, when you come home from work, just because you make more money, that shit stops at the door.
Right.
On who is in charge.
Like my friend was telling me that we was having a nice conversation today, and she said her husband told her that she is too masculine at times, and she too bossy. Yep, that's it, Bobby.
Yeah.
And it comes from because I was telling her. I remember I had to tell your ass before, like, who the fuck are you talking to? I ain't one of your employees.
Right.
Because she was a manager on her job.
Yes.
So when she was used to being that dominant force, like, hey, go like Navita, go in there and get that for me. I'd be like, hold the fuck up. Who are you talking to? So she said, I have to admit that is an issue for me because I stand to be the authoritative figure, and I have a problem stepping back when he needs to be in front.
Now I got a question: is that masculine?
That's masculine.
That's not masculine.
That's masculine.
That's leadership.
That's masculine.
That's not masculine.
Look. Leadership. If you got a man in your house, you see, and you married to this woman, right? Y'all together, right? Leadership needs to come from the male side.
Stop.
You see what I'm
See,
saying?
now, but hold on. You're going to a different point.
Okay.
We're applying a masculine aspect to leadership. That is what I'm talking about. We get so confused. So what happens when there's not a man? Let's say she is married and the husband is at work. She has to give commands to the goddamn children. Well, is she being masculine? Because you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do hear what you're saying. But see, when the man come home,
But she don't know when
you
to
don't
turn
be
to
masculine
reel it
with
back.
him. You
Right,
see what I'm
that's
saying?
what
See, no, you don't need to be a leader with him. Now, this is where, for example, because you was in the military. This is what happened in the military, right? When a higher officer comes in to a lower officer, what happens?
The lower officer give allegiance to the higher officer.
Right now,
Yeah,
and there is a symbol of transfer from one leadership to the other, right? We don't have those things there because the piece is if we identify leadership as a masculine thing, we chop off the head of some very capable leaders in our community because I know some bomb ass black men that can talk good, but it's the women's leadership that make it possible for them to have their goddamn platform.
Now look, what Lisa Austin said, single mothers are conditioned to be dominant. And I agree with that because we were conditioned that way.
Okay.
That's single mothers.
You could be conditioned any kind of way you want to be. But see, when you decided that you're going to bring this man into your life, then you got to turn over some of that motherfucking shit.
No, you can turn it all over. But the point is, what if, for example, as a man, what have I established in the household so that when I walk in, everybody knows that the command is being transferred to me, even a woman. So now, at one point in time, it would be like, for example, in the documentary about Dick Gregory. When Dick Gregory came home, according to what they said, no matter what time he came home, his children lined up, his wife was there, and everybody got to greet him as the father. So now that was the role or the leadership being transferred to him. But like, for example, if we want to talk about manhood and womanhood, I don't want us to get into assigning shit that is necessary for both roles.
Genders. Yeah, we get that. I think we can agree on that. But management, Lisa said, management does make you bossy, and I believe it's a conditioning as well that you have to kind of learn to roll back when you get home. And that's what my friend was saying, that's something she has to work on.
Here's what I'm saying too. I'm saying I agree with everything everybody's saying, but here's what I'm saying also. Okay, so for example, you and I are married, right? And when we first get married, you know, somebody gonna have to say, and it should be coming from the male, that look, we're not gonna have these kind of conversations in front of these children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if I make the announcement, both of us gonna have to make the effort and not have the verbal fucked up conversation in front of our children. You see what I'm saying? Now that's the leadership that I'm talking about.
So Bobby, what about your husband? Was he the leader in your, or was he when y'all weren't separated? Was he the leader in your house?
Yeah, he was the leader.
Did he make all the decisions for y'all, or did you make some?
I made some.
Okay.
Everybody got to share in that. Everybody has to share in that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you can't go out there and make no decisions without talking with me.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and I shouldn't go out there and make no real good
Big
decisions without talking to you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the relationship that we have. Now, when we decide that, you know, we're gonna buy the house or we're gonna do this here and we're gonna do that there, you should be looking to me for to make those decisions. You see what I'm saying? On, you know, what size house we get or whatever. You sharing in them, but at the same time, as a woman, you should be looking at me and saying that, you know what, based on our money and what we bring in, that I think that we can afford that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this too, ladies. Something that we need to learn to do is sometimes that man may not be the best decision maker with those types of things. So what you got to do is be able to have that womanly influence to make him feel like he made the decision when you really made the decision.
See,
it's an art to that.
Now, hold on. Now, and arts are taught. This is what we get into. Where are the lessons for us in dealing with each other? Men and women dealing with each other. That's what rites of passage was about. That you learn certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Because like even the term boss, motherfuckers automatically think of a man when you think of boss, and that's not necessarily true. That's not true. It's not a masculine thing to be a boss. You have some people.
There go a goddamn road.
I'm sorry. What?
Where? You got some stuff for.
I'm sorry, that just threw me off. Anyway.
You went there.
I'll have to talk to you about that later because it always be on that motherfucking wall.
Okay, I know.
I ain't feeling that. But anyway, hurry up, Illumina.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all. We had.
You said you're gonna come first.
Okay, so anyway.
Lisa Austin.
That's my one of my friends, LA.
Oh, okay.
But so you know, we gotta know how to use your womanly powers to get what you want out the situation. And I think a lot of times because men they can be easily persuaded whether you think so or not.
Man, you'd be surprised what a little bit of magic pussy you do to a nigga. I mean, but listen, you some passionate sex. Oh, you listen. Listen. Go ahead.
What are you saying about
what a dick can do to a woman?
Right. See, we have to, and men, we have to be honest. It's certain things that we might not be good at making decisions at that we might need to be able to turn over to and recognize that shit. It's certain things that we don't, you know what I'm saying? Because far as spending money, I'm horrible. I ain't in denial of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Horrible. Right.
So your wife could be the better money man.
Oh, she's definitely listen.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If there's a situation, somebody's breaking in the house, and you're there as a family, as the man is standing there as a woman, do you stand beside your man in this fight with the burglar, or are you supposed to be behind it?
You're supposed to get the fuck out the way. Now, see now that right there, see that's a definite piece because now because as a woman you step back not because you're cowering, not because you're the weaker, you're stepping back so that you could watch where you could be of assistance. If you're running your mouth, if you're right there in the midst of it, you can't make a good decision to protect me. Now I'm supposed to be the front motherfucking line.
Step your ass back. You might have time to grab something. See, because now this the relationship.
Get the children,
right?
Because I was watching Kevin, and he had a sister. He asked the sister that question. Because she was saying how they were. He says the man is to lead in the house, and he said, okay, so when someone's breaking in that motherfucker, where are you at? When he go to defend his family, are you beside him or are you behind him? And she said, I'm beside him.
Get the fuck out my way, because that's a distraction.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than being in a confrontation and not only have to worry about you, but worry about your mate or somebody that's weaker than you. My worst nightmare for me, when I used to run, because I used to run with my children, and I would run through certain neighborhoods and shit. And the first thought, and one of the reasons I stopped was because I had them in a cart, and I said the worst thing that can happen to me is that I get jumped by a pack, whether it's a pack of white boys or a pack of brothers. And I have to sit here and I have to defend my child. So rather than being able to get out here and do what I need to do fully, I have to be concerned about the safety of my child. This is why when a man says in a combat, in a conflict situation, shut up and move. Rather than your ass sitting up there arguing, move, bitch.
Get the fuck out the way.
You know what I'm saying? It's because at that point in time, if you're talking, it becomes bitch. You got to get the fuck up out my way and let me do what the fuck I'm doing. Exactly. And where you can assist, you do so. Other than that, you ain't got shit to say to me. It's all go now.
Right.
It's all go now. And as a woman, you need to get the sniper rifle. You need to get your hand on a goddamn knife. If there's children in the house, you need to get them to safety. Because the rule I had in my house, because listen, this is the rule for my sons. And like if my daughters was there, my daughters know what they need to do. My sons know what they need to do. And the only thing that I required of my dog, and I would kill that motherfucker if he didn't do it, is just give me 3 seconds. That's all I need. Give me 3 seconds. You got a job. My son's got a job. I got a job. I'm first. The oldest ones after me got to handle business and get everybody else that's younger and the sisters out the house.
Right.
My dog had a job. Everybody got a job. So now, sisters, when it comes to combat situations,
step the fuck back.
Get the fuck out the way.
So now, if your man is into it with a motherfucker, she don't need to be standing next to you. Motherfucker, you need to get the fuck out of my man's face. And we don't take, she needs to take a fall back.
She need to fall back. You don't even need to have conflict with a man or really anybody when you're around your man. You need to go and defer to him. Because what you do is you end up putting him in a situation. Like, for example, I'll be talking to sisters sometimes, and sisters there's myths about sisters in war. And basically,
Queen Nzinga.
No. Even before that, if we go to, I can't remember the actual name they used, but if we go to Hathor, one of the reasons that the guys deemed that women could not go to war was because y'all too goddamn violent. Period.
Okay.
We move y'all out the motherfucking way. Y'all don't know when to stop killing. It gets all emotional and shit. So we move y'all the fuck out the way. Let us handle this. Because as men, what happens is we realize what the conflict means. Because sometimes I honestly think that a lot of women look at conflict like kids look at conflict. Because I talk to sisters, they like, well, I'm gonna die. No, hold on. You don't talk to everybody like that. You can't get up on everybody like that. And y'all know some sisters.
And a lot of women, they love to talk crazy to black men. Boy.
Oh my God. Because the thing that's protecting them is the rule that we have in the community. But that rule is breaking down because as women start acting more manly, right? I got to start dealing with you like a man.
Goddamn.
And I got to make sure my sons know how to deal with you as a man. If you're going to talk to me as a man, you're going to act like a man. Bitch, I'm going to treat. That's when you become a bitch. Bitch, I'm going to treat you like a man. You see what I'm saying? Because I have several, and this is the issue. I'm getting tired of walking away from shit like that. Somebody need to go on and give some of these women some home training. Because when you start talking like a man, I am forced to deal with you like a man.
But I'm a woman.
See, you're a woman after I unleash these paws on your ass. Yeah. That's when you go back to woman mode. But when you're talking to me in the way that you do, you're talking to me like a man. And that is the respect that motherfuckers is talking about. That's the disrespect. You don't recognize my person. I'm sorry.
Coming up, boy, my grandma, she knew. My grandfather was not going to put up with that. And she,
Get your
when
ass
she, because they would slap the shit out your ass if you,
Yeah.
you know. So, and that's a different generation and a different time. Now you go to jail for that
You
shit.
go to jail.
The law is the law now.
See,
And women know that too.
And women know that. And then also women, how can I put it? Women act like everybody is up under the law.
Like everybody gives a fuck about
Right.
the law, and some people do not give a fuck.
And if you have a man and you out here running your goddamn mouth, you are not putting him at jeopardy. You're putting you're putting your man and all his friends at jeopardy. Because I got good friends. I don't give a fuck what they wife do. If they go into battle, I have to go to battle, right or wrong, because that's my people. And I know that sounds fucked up for some of y'all, but y'all don't understand. Now, if I could talk motherfuckers out of it, but in the heat of a moment, women can start some shit that will be horrible. Horrible, because you don't understand how men deal with each other. I am able, me and Illumina, regardless of how old a black man is, there has to be a tone of respect when we talk to each other. Why? Because there's always a threat of violence. Always a threat of violence. And people don't understand that shit. As men, we understand this shit. Women don't understand. For some reason, y'all don't understand this shit. Running around here like children, talking to grown men like you ain't got no goddamn sense. And then wonder why you can't respect them, because you think you can actually fight. Some of y'all think y'all can. I don't give a fuck how big you are. That is fat. That is not muscle. Even the fattest men got motherfucking muscle.
Right. You can't, look, I was listening to Old Boy one day, and he talked about this show, and it's out the UK because I went and looked it up. I think it's called Beryl Island, Beryll. And the first season, they had, I want to say, women. They put all women on an island by themselves, like they do like on Survivor and shit, right? And they's like, you got to make your way in this motherfucker. You got to build your own home. You got to hunt for your own food. You got to do all this shit. And then within the first 2 weeks, these bitches was arguing with each other. They was backstabbing, jealousy, couldn't get the motherfucking houses built. They ain't know how to do a motherfucking thing. And by the end, they was just crying, and they was just a fucking mess. They was just lost and fucked up. They was fucked up. Okay? Season 2, and they did it with all men. These motherfuckers went in there, had their shelter built, was hunting and doing all that shit, and they made it through the end pretty goddamn well without the women. So I say that to say that, and I mean, when I say these women was falling, these was white women, these women was falling apart. They was I don't have to kill. I want to kill. And then you see one lady, they trying to, we got to get this monkey and eat it and kill this whatever. No, we can't kill it. And it was just fun. Then they got to argue. They arguing so much over each other with the shit that they can't even, the motherfucker done got away.
The monkey done got away.
Y'all they over there starving, nigga. They couldn't get a good shelter built, nigga. It was horrible. And not to say that some women can build a shelter, but we're talking about, once again, like I was talking about, the average chick.
If you constantly running your mouth, you ain't getting nothing built.
And they struggled. Yeah. They struggled like a motherfucker. And they broke down, and they was having mental breakdowns in that motherfucker. So I say that to say, men do have a purpose.
Yeah, and women, we have purpose, and the issue is, where do we teach about these purposes in these jobs, in these roles in our community, rather than allowing TV to come across and be like this fluidity shit? Because the fact of the matter is, family, a man can only be a man. A woman can only be a woman. We have specific bills for specific things.
Right.
For
so
specific things.
I don't need a man to do nothing for me. Okay, bitch, get stuck out in the wild, motherfucker.
Hell, you're stuck in the hood.
That's right.
You're stuck in the hood.
Without a fucking car with no money.
Fuck the get stuck in the hood. You know what I'm saying? See, because one of the reasons that we have what we have is because there are no consequences for some of the actions that people take. So we even have men acting like women in the way that they talk. Like these little boys out here, these young boys, they run their mouth like women. Do you not realize
that I will listen. I come from a generation where it was hands first, nigga. You need to get to your weapon. Because I'm telling you, you better get to your weapon because the nigga out of my generation, we are going to torture you. See, this is what, and this is what people don't even understand about Generation X. See, because you hear them talk about Generation Y, Generation C, the baby boomers. We killed all the weak, motherfucker. We better be clear about that shit.
Right.
We killed the weak.
Right.
Please understand, there's less of us than any other generation. Because we was the experimental children. Y'all had to wear seat belts. Y'all get to ride with helmets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all don't even know what it means to drink. I told my kids, they got mad because I told them to go outside. They said, what about we want some water? I said, drink from the water hose. They didn't even understand what the fuck I was talking about.
No, they want bottled water.
They want bottled water. Yeah, I come from so please understand that we're talking some real. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We need to sign the roles. We need to teach the roles. We need to have shit where we can have discussions about that because that's what's breaking us up.
I say, and it keeps anyway.
And if you're a single parent, a single mother, then you need to talk to your brothers or your uncles and shit about what your role is and how you're supposed to be playing that shit out with your children. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can't baby their ass forever because when they get to be grown and have a fucking family, they ain't gonna know what the hell to do.
If they even make it that far.
If they make it that far.
If they make it that far, because we got young people growing up doing dumb shit because they're looking
sissy ass shit.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
And my sister said, she's the stand up, and one of her stands up, she said, "Well, y'all, it's finding ended. I had a 16-year lesbian relationship. Me and my husband got a divorce." Because that motherfucker act like a woman.
Like a bitch.
He didn't want to lead. He didn't want to pay bills. He was argument, just had no discipline whatsoever. And she had to be the one responsible for taking care of the bills. She had to be the one responsible for and doing the nurturing, the leading, the nurturing, and all that shit.
Yeah, she should have left that nigga a long time ago.
Yeah, she had them kids. But that was that thing you saying that we need to go back to staying, nigga. Yeah. She was doing that.
But see, you stay with production.
Okay.
If the shit ain't productive, then you have to leave early.
No, she got into some real masculine shit. Let me explain. Did they have kids?
Yes.
She stuck with now I want you to think about this. She sacrificed her life so that her children can have a daddy, even though the nigga was weak. That's what she did.
That nigga was weak before she had the damn. She
made a bad choice, so she stuck the choice out.
She stuck the choice out.
That was her grave then. That was her
hold on. Listen, I would prefer that to what we got right now because we got motherfuckers that's just making babies, dog.
Look.
I don't give a damn whether you stay or whether you go. I'm just glad we had a good time, and I'm gonna keep the baby as a keepsake. These babies is trinkets. Okay. They having trinket babies, nigga.
You got a punk ass nigga.
Speak up, Illumina.
If you have a punk ass nigga that you have a baby for, then you a punk ass bitch. You know what I'm saying?
But
well.
I'm just being honest with you because guess what? If he ain't look, my grandparents and them always said this here. Well, Maya Angelou said when the motherfucker show you
who they are,
the first time, believe them. Now, if this motherfucker show you who in the hell he is when he first meets you, a month after he meets you, don't give him no pussy, please. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to be finding out who in the hell he is. When you find out who he is and begin with what you think he need to be, you need to go.
See now, but now
we just gonna be friends. We just gonna be friends. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to make that love affair.
See, but now hold on. That gets
you gonna suffer from that shit.
That comes from where is that taught? You know what I'm saying? Where is it taught? You know what I'm saying? Where is that taught? Because it's like we just expecting young people to get
so
this
maybe
shit.
We should do some type of because we do have our warrior training piece. I don't know a lot of people with young ladies, but maybe we need to bring some type of what's her name? Tarahasa?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe she has that type of format on hers that where we need to get more young ladies involved in what it means to be, I think, to be a woman and a feminine woman.
Yeah, a feminine woman
who embraces her femininity.
Who understand their
Because that doesn't
roles.
mean you can't be a leader just
But,
because
right.
you're feminine.
And both of us, we need to embrace our roles because we got a lot of men that don't embrace their role.
Right.
That, I mean,
They don't even know them.
they don't even know the role. See, but then who fault is that? Because that shows who and what they're learning from. So if I have to figure all this shit out on my own, because let's think about this. The friend that you discussed, she probably fell in love with this nigga. She fell in love with him because she was nurtured. Because we got to remember, women are nurturers.
By nature.
So
right.
she was raising she fell in love with a son. And by the time she figured out and real life hit her, it was probably too late.
You know, and I think she felt like, you know, that, well, I think she just had the aspect of once they had their first child together, she wanted to provide that husband and wife thing with the children, for her children. And she tried to stick it in there thinking that he was going to grow as he got older.
No.
But he did not grow. And she had put a lot of her having to be, you know, step into a lot of masculine roles in her household. And once her kids got to a certain age, though, just like she sat them down like, okay, this is what it is. Y'all old enough now, and we're going to have to go over here.
Right. We're going our way.
But now she got a man that is a leader. He leads in all aspects of how a man should lead. And she falls back, and sometimes he has to put her, because she was so used to being in that masculine role, that he will, you know, he knows how to, as a man, get that right. Because let me tell you one thing, though, about a man that you really digging and that you really feeling and that is doing all that right shit, you don't mind stepping back. When you are out of line, right. Like my friend said, she like, I don't mind stepping back. Okay, I need to take care. I need to step back. He said I'm doing this, and I need to step the fuck back.
To me, there's enough.
How does a man checking you make you feel?
Check this out. There's enough.
You like that shit?
There's enough woman stuff that you could do. Hear me out. There's enough woman stuff that a woman could do that she don't have to pay no man role. You know, you got
if she got a man in her life,
right?
Well, so you gotta throw that out there.
Yes.
Well, look. We'll talk. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
When they got two people in the life, you know what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying. And even if you a single parent, you know, and a lot of that shit is by choice because you didn't know how to handle the nigga when you had one. You know what I'm saying. You know, but even if you're a single parent, there's enough parenting skills in your life as a woman that you can get your 13-year-old son out the bed in the morning, tell him to set his alarm clock and do what he got to do. So when morning comes, he'll be up and ready and doing all of the stuff that he needs to do. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because those are social skills, and it's not for men and it's not for women, but those are things that, you know, that if you got children, that we all supposed to be doing. You know?
Okay.
Look, no means no. No don't mean no right now, and a few minutes later, it means yes.
Right. And that's why it's important to have that male role model there, because a strong disciplinarian, because as women, we are nurturers by nature. So sometimes when we do say no, and then the child may display certain sadness or whatever, we may in our feminine want to nurture that.
You can nurture
but
that.
Men, no, them motherfuckers don't need to be nurtured. They need to be, you wrong motherfucker, stay your ass over there.
You can nurture that by saying, if you're a nurturer as a woman, you can nurture. Look, my mom used to say, no, I don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If that don't get across to your ass, you just sit in that motherfucking chair until you think about it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes there are certain women who are very nurturing, and then when they see their bust out in tears or whatever, they want to nurture you. Oh, it's gonna be okay. But I think, you know, it's important to have that male figure there to be like, no, you said sit his ass down, and that's what the fuck he gonna do. And you take your ass in the kitchen.
This is live, Keisha.
If you
God
don't
damn it.
have the male figure, you still gonna have to, you know, you could be nurtured by explaining to that child, because sometimes there ain't no damn male around. You know, you just can't say yeah and then say no. You're confusing the child.
And that happens a lot in single parent homes.
Well, it happened a lot in both.
Yeah, you're confusing the
Because
child.
you know, I mean,
let
my
him
kid,
be mad. Let him be mad. Let him get over that shit. Because in the real world, when they fire your ass off the job, they don't say come on back.
every now and then.
I say they don't say come on back.
Sometimes.
I'm contrary, nigga. You already know that.
On
Okay.
many jobs, they don't say come back.
Well, we're talking about the masculine and feminine roles in relationships. And let me get Bobby in here because Bobby has been
Be
married
quiet.
longer than
Yeah,
anybody
indeed.
up here.
Shit.
And she's had the same husband for how many years, Bobby? And
45
speak up
years.
into the microphone.
For 8 years.
8 years.
But they're still
I
married.
get her.
Though.
I get
They're
her.
still married though.
We're still married.
So it's been longer than
I've
8
been
years.
married in 10 years.
Listen, she got married to this man when she was 15. She's still married to the motherfucker.
She said been married for 8
They're
years.
still married. Didn't you hear her say?
So you're
We
22,
was together since I was 15.
but you only been married 8 years.
She got married. Well, how old did you get married?
28.
28. She's 64.
She said 8 years. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
That's Bobby life.
Yeah,
Shit, you know, what I'm talking about.
He tried to come back with the role, but you know, role here.
But he still is. They're still married. They may not be together, but they're still married. He still comes around. You know, he had married another woman at one time, but he wasn't divorced from Bobby, so that kind of fucked up his. He went out of the state and married another motherfucker, right, Bobby?
That shit without that shit being done downtown.
Well, he did, and they didn't know that he had a downtown marriage down in Ohio, because back then they ain't had
They
computers
have
and shit.
computers.
So he was able to go to another state, marry a whole nother woman on a motherfucker.
Hey,
That stuff really hurt.
Did
Yeah,
it
it
hurt
does.
you, Bobby?
Yeah.
should have got you another
It
husband. That's what you
took
should
me a
have
while to get you with another man.
Did it?
Yeah.
So if okay, we're going to. So what do you think it takes for a woman to be feminine, Bobby? And speak it to the microphone and speak up.
What you mean, feminine?
A feminine woman.
Be a real woman?
Well, okay, here we go. What's a real woman to you?
A real woman, she understands. She on her own. She got to do her own. Do her own.
Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead. It's all
She
right.
got to do her own thing, but you know, you got to get out there and you got to take care of what you got to do. What you got to do. If you don't, nobody else gonna do it for you.
Okay.
We got to be a real woman now, because that's what I am now on my own. So
You consider yourself do you consider yourself feminine, Bobby?
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause see, our hair and shit is and shit, you know, and she got a
Look at
man,
me.
you know.
Y'all hold that
Look at
flirt
me.
down. I do the flirting around this
So-
motherfucker.
Hey, he ain't taking care of my own.
Look at Bobby.
She's.
Look at her.
I'm
Look at
64
see
years
her on the
old.
camera there. Do you see yourself up there, Bobby?
I'm feminine. Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bobby said, I'm feminine
That's why I'm
shit.
looking for somebody
Keisha
else.
said, at this point, it depends on what you're willing to deal with because the roles have changed. Ain't no way I'ma submit and let a man be a man. Let a man be a man who wear panties.
Yeah, you right.
Well, stop dealing with
I
them
think I
feminine
had
niggas.
panties.
You gotta stop digging. But see, her generation,
Woo.
y'all,
No, Keisha
Them
older than she look. She
Right.
old as fuck. As
she
a
in
matter
her
of fact.
30s?
What?
She older than 30s?
Oh, she jumped over the 30s. She jumped over the
Okay.
30s. Tell them how old you are, Keisha.
Well, I just
fuck with you. I
'Cause
ain't gonna
I'm-
tell her age.
But it just there were a lot of, I can't speak for her. I mean, I'm in my 50s, so we probably have the same age bracket of men that we date, I would suppose.
Oh, yeah, 44.
But she like a 40. What? Bobby
I
like him
I
young.
like him young. I know old man.
Yeah,
but
hard
old man
dick in
shit.
here.
I like a young man.
What you like about young dudes, Bobby?
I mean, to me, young dudes, they're okay. They still.
You like to take care of men. That's what you
Hey,
like.
just-
Say no to the fuck boys, Keisha said.
Can you give us a definition of a fuck boy?
Keisha, can you give us a definition of a fuck boy? Tell us what you're looking for, Bobby. Bobby single, ready to mingle, and if you got a ding-a-ling, she's ready to tingle.
Well, I'm looking for somebody like in their 40s, like 50. I'm in their 40s or more.
You want somebody? You can
Bobby, you
listen.
sound like
Let me
you a
tell you something.
cougar.
Let me tell you something, Bobby. You got to really speak up, sweetheart.
I am a cougar.
She says she a cougar and she looking for somebody in her they 40s.
And they're 40s or 50s.
So what else they got to have going on besides a motherfucker just being in
Motherfucker
there?
make $45 million a year. I don't want the motherfucker.
They gotta have a job.
You gotta have a job, because I sure want another man ain't got no job. You sit there and wait on somebody that's trying to get you, wait on their money, they lie. These young men, they don't lie. Then they sit there and want you to take care of you, sitting there and feeding them and beg them, make them, building them up to be a man. Because some men ain't a man, because some of these mamas, they ain't raise their kids the right way.
So you said you have to, sometimes you, Keisha said she been drinking. So you say toxic dick need a place to stay type nigga. That's what she's saying. You don't need no toxic dick need a place to stay ass nigga. And that's what Bobby's talking about.
Yeah.
She don't want no nigga that gotta live off of her.
But one did try to live off of me. But really, he know who I'm talking about.
He tried to live off of you.
Yeah, he tried to live off of me.
Or did he live off of you? He motherfucker didn't try. He did, nigga.
5 years. 5 years old with this nigga. 5 years. He wasn't for the right thing.
Stop. Y'all listen.
He wasn't for the right thing.
Why you say he wasn't for it? What was he doing? Was y'all fucking, Bobby?
We were fucking. I ain't gonna lie, we were fucking.
How old was he?
He was 44 years old.
44. The magic number.
I did everything I know all his secrets. I don't want to expose his
No,
secrets.
Yeah, don't do that.
You don't want me to expose his secrets.
Don't expose the
He
nigga.
didn't know.
Don't expose the
You know who
nigga.
I'm talking about? He said they probably watched me.
Was he homeless? He was homeless. He
I don't
needed.
think he was. I think he was on some. I ain't gonna say he was homeless.
Hey, listen.
He was out there.
That's when.
You know,
That's when you get that good dick. When you have to.
Keep a place to stay.
Right,
Okay. That
listen.
motherfucker was probably like,
Gotcha.
Bobby.
Say my name. Say your name.
I ain't said it.
I ain't going home tonight. Is it okay?
I ain't going home tonight. Is it okay?
You got an attitude. You need an orgasm. Come on over here, girl.
I ain't going home tonight. Is it okay?
He didn't want to go nowhere.
See, huh?
He didn't want to go nowhere.
Hell no. I mean, hey, I'm telling you. But she already talked about that toxic dick, because a lot of times that's what dudes. Exactly. And usually, I mean, usually a motherfucker without responsibilities, fuck the best. I ain't got no dreams. I ain't got nothing else to do. So ladies, oftentimes you need to look at a motherfucker's dream board. If he don't have a dream board, he gonna fuck the shit out of you. If he ain't got no goals, he gonna fuck the shit out of you. He ain't got nothing else to do. And that's what y'all like.
That ain't what we like.
Y'all like it.
Some women like it.
Yeah, y'all like it.
So
So all you gotta do to find some good dick is to go to the club, find a nigga without a purpose, and he gonna fuck the shit out you.
Well, Bobby ain't going. Where Bobby gonna go to the club
That's all you
at?
gotta do. $25 in the pocket.
Where you going to the club at? Where you going? Where's she gonna find somebody in their 40s?
And hold on, because they don't have anything else to do. But now listen, it's not just that they don't; they have to. See, because when you are like that in that situation, and as the Illuminati say, you only got $25 in your pocket, you might need a place to stay. You don't want to go out in the cold. Your back is up against the wall. You gonna get.
So how are you?
Dig it down.
She's looking to meet somebody new.
Uh-huh.
Where will she go to meet
Facebook.
somebody new?
Facebook. Facebook, Instagram.
I don't go on chat line.
Stand by the bus stop.
Hold on, Bobby said. What you say, Bobby?
Don't go on chat line because you got some dudes there really hungry. Need somebody to take care of them.
Yo, yeah.
On what?
On chat line.
Chat line. So
Chat
is that
line.
where you met this motherfucker on the chat, or you met him somewhere else?
Who the dude?
The one you was just talking about.
I met him on chat line. Don't go on chat line, honey. Please don't.
What's the chat line?
Chat line when you go and use the phone, take your phone when you go on chat line and you call somebody on chat line.
They don't do that no more,
They
Bobby.
still do it.
Shut the fuck.
They do
Shut
it.
the front door.
Go on chat line, you find some niggas on there from Detroit, New Jersey, all
You
these
gotta pay
niggas
that
out-
way in, though. I
And
ain't
they
gonna
want
pay that
you
motherfucker
to
to get here.
give me some money. You can't be doing them.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I mean, are you
So what are
texting
y'all
or you
talking
call? You
about?
texting them?
They talking on the phone,
They
nigga.
talking on the phone.
You talking
no,
on?
on the phone. You call that number on chat line. You call the number on chat line. You'll find a man on chat line.
Stop it.
And they get on chat line and try to play you.
What?
Tell me somebody.
Maybe asking for.
Ask for
Man, I
money.
might get that and ask for some money.
Okay.
Hey, send me
Chat
some
line.
money.
I won't go on chat line. Don't get no man no more.
Do they
shit.
show? So do
What
y'all? Do
telephone
y'all?
number is the chat
Do
line?
y'all ever?
You call the chat line. You call on it.
Ain't no free commercials here. Don't you do it. No free commercials here.
Chat line, you say.
Bobby, Keisha said. Bobby said, "Catch me on Tinder." Bobby said,
Tinder.
"Catch me on Tinder." We gonna have to hit from Keisha. We gonna have to hit Bobby to Tinder so she can meet some Tinder. Get off them goddamn chat lines.
Them chat lines. Don't go on that chat line shit.
So what do you say when you give me your introductory line on the goddamn? How do you introduce yourself on the
Go on
chat?
chat line. You sit there. You can sing.
Sing.
You can sing on there. You tell them to do what you all about.
So what do you say? Give us an example.
Okay,
What's
I
your
go on chat line. I said, my name is Bobby. I'm weighing 150 something.
She said I weigh 150.
Say, get behind me.
Well, they don't know what you're talking about. They want to get with you anywhere they go. You get on chat. That's my eyes.
Did you wait?
Hold on. Just listen. Let's give her. Be quiet. We're gonna let her tell
I
her.
gotta go back to the 150 pounds.
No, you
though.
don't. Look. No. Look. Just go ahead and. But tell them. My name is Bobby. I weigh 150. Then what's your next line?
And I'm 40
Speaker.
whatever. I'm 40 something or whatever, 50 whatever, 60, 70 whatever.
So you just make up an age. You don't tell them that you're
They
64.
age too. They say my day 40.
Okay, so I'm Bobby.
Shit.
I'm 150 and I'm 45. Then what?
Then get on there. I said. Then I get on there and I say, you still gotta say what they ask you what you gonna say about like sex, whatever.
They ask you about sex.
I'm a freak, whatever. I'm a freak, whatever.
Okay.
So you be like, I'm a freak.
Yeah, I'm a freak and.
You texting this or you talking?
Talking, nigga.
I'm just trying to be clear. I'm not
They put
clear.
you on like on a they put you on a thing, a voicemail, whatever.
And you can see the person. Can you see the person?
Keisha said, talk your shit then, Miss Bobby.
And you go on
Okay.
there for real, they go on that chat line shit. Them niggas be telling me, like, you ain't for the be some fast money and everything. Like, you ain't for the right thing. I'm for the right thing. I be on there getting all the niggas. Like tell them niggas I'm talking shit to them.
What you be saying to her, Bobby?
My pussy is wet, whatever.
You say what?
I got my pussy is wet, whatever. My pussy wet.
Okay, then. And they be going crazy.
I'm a freak. I'm a freak and
Yeah. You send your money. Come on, send your money.
shit. They don't send you the money. They want to send you the hard dick. A dick. They want to throw the dick at you. I'm a freak too. Shit, they tell me I'm a freak too and all this on there.
What?
Don't go on chat line because you find some bomb. It's some bomb. They come at you, just go on video. Show your pussy and all that. Shit.
What?
Show your pussy on video.
The women do that?
Show your pussies and everything.
What they do? Listen
You show
to the
your
sound
pussy
of it?
on there?
You go to the video on your phone. Go look on your phone, go to the video. You got a video live on there too. You show your pussy.
We're gonna bring you up into the 21st century, baby. Cause that shit, you don't do that no more. You don't need to do that no more.
Yeah,
We
they
gonna
do it
we,
now. They still do it.
I know we ain't talking about them. You with our crew now, so we about to hook you up. We gonna get you up on the 21st century.
Maybe we should get it said. Maybe her and it said.
It said married. It's right.
Oh, it said Mary?
No, his wife been died.
Did she?
Okay.
He said he was the only one.
Oh, well, Bobby said she like him young, though, so she wouldn't
I
like
don't
it
like
said.
them all.
He said 84 years old. 84 years old. You know what
Y'all
I'm saying?
killing me, man. Y'all listen. Y'all killing me.
You want to get with an old ass, mommy ass man.
Bobby said she's still young. She
I
might
mean,
be
y'all
64.
give the reason you get with an older man so that y'all
So
give each
wait a
other
minute,
your
I got one
mercy.
more thing. One more thing. This chat line shit got me fucking
Yeah.
tripping. So what kind of eyes you say you got?
I said, hey, brown, not black, brown.
Oh, okay, so you do tell the
Hazel
truth.
eyes, whatever. I got hazel
So
eyes,
you-
whatever.
And you put the eyelashes on and shit.
Don't put that, don't get my regular eyes.
Okay, so okay then.
You go on chat line, you find out men for the chat line, and they ain't for the right thing.
Yeah, we
How
don't.
often do you go on chat line? About 2 times a week.
Don't go on chat line too. I ain't been on since I got off with she.
You ain't been
I
on.
been
So
on chat line with that one dude. What's his name?
you was on chat line with the one dude. What's his name? Marcus or
Marcus,
something?
I got offline with him. I ain't with him no damn. That nigga was off the hook.
That motherfucker was like she.
He got a mention. He ain't got no mention.
A mansion.
He said, yeah, a mention.
On the chat line?
He said, let's go to what's it, Miami, Florida.
He's my man.
Miami,
He said, go
Florida.
to Miami, Florida. He live in New Jersey. I said, you run all them people down there gambling this shit.
You want to take all your money. All
I'm
you
gonna
got
take my damn money. Shit.
Get you down there with
Okay.
that check.
Ain't got no money to give
And what
me.
did he look like? Did you get to do? So did y'all ever video chat?
We video chat.
You showed him your titties, Bobby.
It's ugly.
You showed him your titties, Bobby.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you did.
I ain't showing my TV.
She was about to pull one out. I see, girl. I see. Now, listen, we got kids watching. Put the titties out, girl. Put the
Y'all
titties out.
see the kids.
Ain't no kids watching this shit. Okay. Oh my God.
You know the Giambi girls be up. They find out her daddy on them.
I can call chat line right
No, baby,
Just
no,
let her-
baby.
just go ahead and
No,
just-
no.
now.
no.
You can go Google it.
So when you-
chat line.
So we got Bobby
They got-
looking. She called a chat line. My name. You tell me your name is
What's up,
Bobby.
Freedom?
You give me your
I said
name.
my name is Nikki. I ain't no Bobby.
Okay, you tell me your name is Nikki. We about to be out of here,
Yeah.
Freedom.
Girl named Nikki.
We almost out of here. So listen, you say you go on the chat line. You say your name is Nikki. You weigh 150 pounds. You got brown eyes, and your pussy wet. That's what you say. I'm a freak, and my pussy wet. Okay. Well, shit. And does that work for you?
Yeah.
What be happening? What did the guy?
Well, it's time to get off because like almost 9
Yeah, we about to get off of here. So what do you say? So do the men respond to that, Bobby?
Yeah. I'm ready to respond to everything on that damn chat line.
This says respond to
They
everything.
respond to every damn thing on that chat line. Yeah, they hard up for pussy.
It's harder for some pussy. Huh?
Yeah, they
She
hard up
said,
for
"Wait, what you want us to wait
What
for,
we
dog?"
waiting on,
And
Keisha?
then we had some facts on there too.
They be gay dudes on there? What they be
Okay.
saying?
They be getting jealous of the woman calling.
Speak up.
They be getting jealous of the women's calling. They be saying, throwing it to my, yeah, you don't need that on there. That's a damn man. No, you're a damn man.
You know what?
What she said? Going to chill.
Okay.
What she said?
She said they can't work. That's why you get them fuck niggas who can't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfuckers be on disability.
Look, I don't know. I think the chat line, we need to retire the chat line, Bobby.
Yeah, you are.
And we're going to get you on Tinder,
We'll
like
get you on some real
Keisha
shit.
said.
Right, get you on some
Tinder.
real
Ain't
shit.
that free? Is Tinder free, y'all?
I don't
But
know.
see, you know, you don't have a laptop, but I guess you can do it on your phone too.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
So, and then we'll have Bobby go on Tinder. Then she can come back and tell us her dating experiences and compare the chat room to the Tinder. The chat room to the Tinder. Yeah, that can't work.
I don't think I'm on that chat like
Diabetes. That's all old folks laughing at diabetes.
Well, we about to. When it's wet, you don't gotta tell them that it's wet. But when you on the chat line, Keisha,
They got to
You
hear
gotta
something.
entice
They got to hear
You
you.
gotta hear something they don't even know.
Right, you gotta hear, you know.
you could have the driest motherfucking cooter in town, but on the chat line,
They
you
want no dry pussy.
say, well, you're right.
Nobody want no dry pussy. That's the worst thing that happens. Dry pussy.
Yeah, nobody
They
wants.
had a song called "Wet Pussy" on back in the day.
Wow,
What is the name of it?
wow.
Whatever the name of it.
Yeah, wet ass pussy.
Wet
Wow.
ass pussy.
She said we said chat line, not sex line.
No, we said chat line.
Right.
Sex line.
See, you know, Bob
That's
be
it.
getting X-rated on us. Bobby, listen,
Because
you
that's
gotta
what
get
they
your
do
ass
on the chat line, don't they? But I'm thinking that's what they
They
do.
got their own. They come on their own thing. They got their own little voicemail set up. And you don't feel right.
And you can go video live, and then
Go video
these.
live.
Actually, I think these motherfuckers just be a bunch of freaks on the chat
There'll be a
line.
lot of facts. We get some damn facts. You don't catch yourself.
You gonna get us cut off. Between you and the Vita, we ain't gonna never be able to have no good show.
Shut up.
They don't like your shit. What they say?
Yes, Keisha said, but when they hit you, they just want that. A lot of times, them guys off the chat room, their main goal is to come over and bust a nut.
They want more wild, but them that.
Okay.
They ask someone else from here.
Let's say you.
Oh shit,
You know
Keisha.
what? You know
she
what?
does.
We might be able to do that shit.
She said, Miss Bobby,
Get
you
you
need
a
an OnlyFans
OnlyFans.
page.
I need a what?
They'll
Only-
pay you for that OnlyFans page. You goddamn right, Keisha. Okay, I think she on to something there.
I'm your
That's
manager,
right.
goddammit.
Look, yeah, we're gonna have to have a talk about that after the show. As
Yeah.
soon as Illumina get back, we're gonna shut it down.
What's that matchmaker?
No, what you no? You talking about OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Someone, no. Somebody said
Oh,
matchmakers.
because we was talking about the chat line.
Oh, okay.
You can talk all your shit on OnlyFans and get money. Okay,
But they're about to cancel.
And-
They're about to cancel the sex part of OnlyFans.
what?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yo, we about to head out of here. We always want to leave it on a good laughable note.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can talk all your shit on fans only and get that paper.
OnlyFans,
Or
old lady.
OnlyFans fans only.
We old as fuck. She said fans only. Like my mama said,
Oh
old
my
men
God.
looking for nurses while young ladies looking for purses.
Okay. Okay, all right, yo. That was a very interesting conversation. I'm hungry as a motherfucker today, right about now. Woo! Okay, y'all.
I'm about to go get on this chat line after we get on this.
You don't shit on you, find a whole lot of crazy ass people there.
Well, thanks y'all for joining. Thanks y'all. Thanks.
Next week we'll open up the lines, and we gonna. I mean, because actually we really need to go and have some in-depth conversations about these roads so that we can be clear on. So because some of us got to have these conversations. We can laugh at shit.
We
but
love y'all back, Keisha.
I don't love
and
y'all.
Tylee.
I don't love y'all.
Yes, he do. He better call that chat line. Watch.
She said, "LBM, you need to put your side up, darky."
What's LBM?
Little booties matter. That's
Oh
her,
yeah,
that's
her
design. That's
her
line.
panty line. Okay.
She white.
No, that's his daughter.
His daughter.
Black,
Mhm.
yeah, black
black.
as black as ever. However, she say
She was the oh, you wasn't
she
here
say
for Juneteenth.
coochie down to the socks.
Okay. All right, y'all. So anybody got any closing words while we get the fuck up out of here? Anybody want anything they want to say? Bobby, you want to tell people where they can reach you at on social media?
On Facebook.
She on Facebook at Battle BATTLE space Bobby. No, it's Battle BATTLE space Bobby BOBBY. That's where her Facebook page is at. Illumina, where can we reach you?
I'm at Zawadi Books on Facebook. That's if you're looking for knowledge. If you're looking for foolishness, you got to catch me somewhere else.
Yeah, so you can get. He has a bookstore, as we know. Then you can look up Zawadi Books, Columbus, Ohio, and he's able to ship all over the United States. And you can also ship to prisons and jails too. So that's something. If you need somebody to ship your books out to your loved ones who are incarcerated, he can do that too.
Yes, we can.
Of course, I'm Navita Nelson. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram as Abstract Space Rebel. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support the show or Giame, it's $, capital G, capital N, capital J, capital M, EDIA. G&J Media, $, G&J Media. Make sure that G&J M is uppercase. And if you want to support me, it's $, Navita Nelson, NAVITTA, NELSON. Capitals at the beginning of the first name and the beginning of the last.
Don't forget your support.
And you can.
Tomorrow
Be
is
the doc.
Tomorrow is Thursday, so
You gotta do something.
the
Push
King
up,
Art
bro.
Complex is having their with jazz. You know how they have
It
that
starts
music,
tomorrow?
the music festival.
Oh, the Mamie Moore
Park.
Park is having the jazz thing tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, hi Tim.
All right, support the show. Go to navita.gnj.media. You can become a supporter of the show. Also, I just want to say, ladies, a pretty face and wet pussy is not enough. We need more.
Well, we'll talk about that next time because it's not enough.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll have Bobby going on getting the OnlyFans.
Go. No, my friend.
We'll figure it out.
Shit talk.
You come over here and y'all figure it out. You and the video can figure it out together.
Oh shit! I get Keisha over here.
Right.
His daughter, she can come over here, or with somebody else who's doing
One of
these
these young
younger
people can
folks.
show you how to get it.
Yeah. You need a fans only page. You get paid.
Fans
Bobby.
only now, huh?
Talk that
Over
shit
there.
like Moneybag Yoga's like talk that shit.
Thank
Thank you for joining us, motherfuckers. Peace.
Till the till the next time we meet on Wednesday. Tell somebody, tell a friend,
Tell a friend, tell a
who know a
foe,
friend,
tell a hoe. Just tell.
tell a bunch of hoes if y'all know any.